Oh, wow.
Damn good clink.
Yeah. It's reboot time. That's my Will Smith Aladdin joke.
And they all ring the bell on this.
Ah, that's not hot. That's not hot.
It is extremely cold.
Hello, welcome to MasterCast.
Episode
12. You don't have to. It's in the title.
12.
It's on the thumbnail. They don't need reminding.
Sorry.
They don't.
I'm sorry.
So we're recording this a couple of days earlier than normal. So if stuff happens, if stuff has happened in the past couple of days in relation to when this goes out that we don't talk about, that's because it's not happened for us yet. Ooh, we're basically time travelers.
Well.
But we're not.
Oh. That's disappointing. I thought we were joking.
Yes.
Oh, well.
So jam-packed show today.
Oh,
we got
boy.
lots of things to talk about, and then a review, which I reckon we'll be talking about that for a while. So we'll try and get through stuff at a reasonable pace. We don't want to go too. You got something in your teeth. Just look, there's a mirror right there.
Is it the garlic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably should have sorted that before we started recording. Well, this is what we do on MasterCast. We don't have a plan.
We are as unprofessional as they get.
Yeah.
And they can get pretty unprofessional.
But not as unprofessional as us. Right, should we just start with the Aladdin trailer?
Good God, it looks awful. No,
aside to just ignoring Will Smith for a minute.
Yeah.
What did you think of the rest of the trailer?
Best part about it is the tiger. And that's it.
It looks kind of not boring, but it just looks a bit like.
Yeah, I do get that, and also Jasmine's not wearing the Jasmine outfit.
I think because it's a little bit too. The original outfit is a little bit too risque, but.
Is that it?
Right, well, that's you outed as a misogynist.
Whoops. No, but I don't like Jafar.
Yeah, he's just a bit. Get me the lamp.
He's not menacing enough.
Get it, please. No. Oh.
His voice.
Okay.
His voice. I don't like his voice. That's not a kind of voice I associate with Jafar.
Okay.
I want more menace behind.
What kind of voice would you associate with Jafar?
I don't
Please
know.
Do.
Something like
Come on.
Something like his original.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
You do it first.
No, I'm not.
Come on, do it first.
No, I'm going to say crap.
Right. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but at the end of that trailer, they show a little bit of Will Smith as the genie.
Oh.
I'm just a little.
How could you miss it?
Bit. It's gone down pretty well with social media. I mean, for myself, I haven't seen anything negative on it at all. At all, nothing. Not a bit. People.
Would that be sarcasm, Mr. Taylor, sir?
Absolutely not. You know I don't do sarcasm. That's just not in my nature.
What do you think of
It
it?
looks atrocious. It looks fucking atrocious.
It looks awful.
You can see where his face ends and the CGI starts.
This isn't to discredit Will Smith as an actor. He's perfectly capable of good performances. However, he's
good at playing Will Smith. Like, in Suicide Squad, who does he play?
Will Smith.
Yes.
In Men in Black, who does he play?
Will Smith.
Yeah, okay.
In The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
he
literally just plays Will Smith. So, So, at the moment, it just looks like fat blue flying Will Smith.
Yeah. I mean...
He looks like he's been eating too many pies.
Do you know what he's done?
He just looks chubby.
Do you know what I think he's done? It's like Will Smith's head, but Adam Driver going on a little bit of a...
Ben Swallow.
It's a Ben Swallow.
But dad bod Ben Swallow.
Oh yes, dad bod.
It's a dad bod
It's Adam Driver about 20 years in the future.
With Will Smith's face.
With Will Smith's
poorly
face.
composited on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what's happened.
And,
I don't like it. As I said, the best thing in that trailer, in my opinion, is that bloody tiger in the background. You don't know why? Because it's a tiger. And if they muck that up, then you know they fucked it.
this is true.
It's a good-looking tiger. I will say that. It's just like, oh. I know the tiger is Jasmine's pet.
Yeah.
But in that trailer, it does look like it's about to kill her. It is doing a full-on tiger stalk down those stairs. I'm sorry, it is.
It kind of is. Yeah, but...
Stylistically, it's alright.
It looks kind of worse than Dumbo.
Oh yeah, that's another thing we've seen. The trailer for Dumbo.
Yeah.
It's in cinemas. That's what we saw it. It looks awful.
But, who really cares? It's Tim Burton. He's way past his prime, so...
Definitely.
What else happened this week to go through? I'm running low on energy.
I want to get onto our main
We
event.
can't do it. We gotta. Oh yeah. So Warner Brothers this week announced that they're doing a spin-off film to Aquaman. Okay, what's it about? Mira or? I mean, I haven't seen Aquaman.
Is it about Dolph Lundgren?
No, it's about the Trench, obviously.
What?
It's an Aquaman spin-off film titled The Trench.
What?
Yes, because it's Warner Brothers, and don't attempt to apply logic to the state of the DC film universe right now, because it's not there.
The thing is, I think what they're going for is that
Everyone wants a film about the Trench, Paul.
Do you want to know what I think?
That's what I look at DC Comics. I look at the vast, however 80-year history of DC Comics. I look at it all the characters and all the stories they could do, and I go, I would like a film about the Trench, please.
Do you want to know what I think they're going to go for?
What do you think they're going to?
I think they're going to go with an ultra dramatic downfall of society sort of plot, but it's going to fail.
Oh, I think it's possibly supposed to be kind of horror-esque, but
is it going to be like all the previous people trying to get to the Trident?
Who knows?
It's not going to be good.
Probably not going to happen. Let's be honest.
If it does happen, it's going to be awful.
Then again, Aquaman made $1 billion, so
Sod it.
Who knows anymore? I certainly don't.
We have no fucking clue.
That's just Rocket Raccoon's real life model died this week.
R.I.P. Oreo.
Very sad.
You little legend, you.
That's all we've got to say on that. Just thought I'd mention it.
So, I mean, they got... Ooh, this sounds like I'm going to say they exploited it, but they got what they needed from Oreo.
It does sound like they're exploiting it, yeah. They got what they needed. And then they killed him.
They killed him.
That's why he's dead. They murdered him.
Do you think he just lived the actual, full-on Hollywood lifestyle and just took too much cocaine or something?
He overdosed.
He OD'd.
He did a Heath Ledger.
Oh no!
That's in bad taste, isn't it?
That's awful taste.
So there were some concept costumes for Avengers Endgame that came out, released this week. Did you see those?
I didn't see those.
I'm fairly sure I sent them to you, but okay.
It's more than likely you did. I promise you look at them.
So Iron Man's got kind of a more comic accurate in terms of the arms and the legs being more golden, which I don't think works in the sleeker design of the suit that they've got going on, but that's okay. That's
what they've decided to do. Who are we to stop them? But we are definitely there to judge.
Yes. Cap's got the kind of scaly look to his
kind of comic-y look.
Yeah. Hulk has got a bodysuit on and looks less like the Hulk and more like Green Mark Ruffalo, but
as you do.
Who knows what they're going for? I certainly don't.
We just don't know. More things. What else has happened?
You can't whiz through all of this, Paul. We're only 10 minutes in.
Okay.
We can't.
Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah,
Went
Chadwick
into
Boseman,
therapy.
It's revealed this week after Michael B. Jordan. Yeah. Revealed last week that he went into therapy after Black Panther. So did Chadwick Boseman.
Not for the reason you think.
Well, it depends what reason you think it might be.
If you think it's for a similar reason as Michael B. Jordan,
It's
as in he got too into the character, no, he didn't.
No, it's not.
What he did was it was the fans' fault.
He got over not in like a the fans made me want to kill myself kind of way.
But it's
But basically, from what I read, I'm kind of very much paraphrasing, is that he just kind of got visions of he got overwhelmed and like people would basically tell him to do the Wakanda Forever pose too many times and
Wakanda Forever.
And he just
Wakanda for a while.
couldn't deal with it. Wakanda, please.
Wakanda for a bit. Wakanda
no,
never.
Please, just no.
You can see as the more things he did, the more like kind of he did it, but
Yeah.
he just got dead. He just looked dead inside.
Yeah, there's a photo where he's doing it, and the captain is like, you can tell that he's been asked to do this so many times, he hates it now.
The best one is
and he's like,
the best one is Wakanda Forever. He's just like really smiling and getting into it. This next one, underneath it, he looks depressed as fuck, but he's still doing it. He goes Wakanda sometimes. And I'm just like, oh, poor Chadwick Boseman. Poor
well,
Chadwick
no one
Boseman.
knew that Black Panther was going to be as big as it was, to be fair, so.
I mean, credit where credit's due. Good film.
Not good enough
To win. Best Picture.
Or Best Visual Effects BAFTA. But it still did. What a segue.
Did it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God.
It went up against Avengers Infinity War,
Okay.
Ready Player One, First Man, and Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald.
Winner in that should have been
Infinity
War.
But Black Panther won because black people, and that affects the CGI.
There are just as many black people in Avengers Infinity War.
No.
I dare say more because of the giant Wakandan army.
There was a giant Wakanda battle at the end of Black Panther.
It wasn't as big as the Wakanda army though, was it? No, it wasn't.
Technically, if all of Gamora's race are like Gamora, where they're just black people painted green.
Don't say that. No. And plus, you're forgetting the other black character, Black Dwarf. Or Cole Obsidian.
He's not black.
He is black.
You know what I realised?
What?
I rewatched fairly recently School Reunion, the Doctor Who episode with the Krillitane.
That's got black doing it.
Yeah, as a Krillitane, they have white and black Krillitanes.
What?
So when they transform, the Krillitanes who are white people are like a fleshy pinky colour. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the Krillitane who's a black guy is like a greyish colour. And it's
reckon
like,
there's Krillitane racism?
yeah.
Oh my.
It's like, they've got, I don't know whether it's racist or like, good that there's races of, there's different skin pigments in Krillitanes. I don't know whether
Perhaps the explanation for that is they kind of assimilate things from different species. Like, Krillitane...
Oh yeah, well, assimilate racism, that's a good one.
Perhaps they assimilated melanin. You know, who knows, they might have been pasty white when they arrived. And they just got a bit of melanin and just like, oh, protection from the sun. You like that?
Yeah.
Oh, right. What is it? Is it Rami Malek?
Rami Malek.
He won best actor.
He
did.
did. Yeah, for his...
Good on him.
And he didn't thank Bryan Singer. Also good on him.
Shuri's actress won
Letitia Wright won best
upcoming
support. EE Rising Star.
Yeah, that one. Good for her though. She did do a fairly good job. I mean, I didn't follow anything else at the BAFTAs apart from that.
I think Letitia Wright I saw something where it was like basically, you know, like it seems to be the EU writing style is just whoever's the most mainstream. But it is what it is, I suppose.
I mean, it's more than likely that Rising Star is going to be more mainstream.
Yeah.
Odds are it's going to be younger.
It's voted for by the public as well, I think.
Yeah.
So.
You really can't not be mainstream if you think about it. Yeah. That's alright. What's the other thing on the list? It might not be on the list, but concept art and images for episode 9.
That's not on the list.
Looks awful though.
Okay.
It doesn't look awful. It's just not.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Really? Rays in white. Kylo's helmet's a bit damaged.
Yeet.
That sounds great.
Speaking of the BAFTAs, the Oscars recently announced which awards were going to be handed out during commercial breaks.
You're not a fan of
and they're like cinematography and editing, which are the cornerstones of film and filmmaking. Yeah. You think editing doesn't matter? It does. You think cinematography doesn't matter?
Editing shouldn't have the amount of weight that it does have in cinema nowadays. Oh, we can fix it in the edit.
People say that, but it's not about when they say we can fix it in the edit. That's not. Editing is more about how you cut things together.
Yeah.
And what you can do with, for example, there are lots of you can create meaning with editing. There's a term, it's called the Kuleshov effect, which is entirely through editing. The Kuleshov effect is when you show a shot of one thing and then a shot of another, and the audience connects those two things together as being linked. That's what the Kuleshov effect is. That's entirely about editing. And then also, editing can also, I suppose it could be like the lack of editing. So currently the film we were going over today, revising for our mock exam in film studies, Victoria, is a German film from 2015. It's all done in one take. And there's just about like the lack of editing in terms of cutting. It uses other techniques such as sound and stuff and focus of camera focus and stuff to do the same stuff that editing does, but it's all one take and it's like 2 and a bit hours.
So they got the actors to do it perfect.
Well, they didn't have a script. They had a general outline, but they didn't have a script.
Oh.
In fact, there's a bit where, because it's a heist, there's a bit where one of the guys tells Boxer tells Blinker to get rid of his jacket, which he really should. It's a very noteworthy, recognisable jacket. But then he goes back, he has to go and get it again because he's got his mic in it. So he needs to have it at all times. But
he came out his characters.
Yeah, but like that film, because you know that it's all one take and you know there's no editing. Like I felt on edge for like half an hour after it finished. It leaves such an incredible effect on you. If you're interested in film making and stuff and you haven't seen Victoria, I would recommend it. Yeah, it's a.
Is it incredibly niche?
Yeah, kind of. And even though it's a German film, don't let that put you off because the main character is Spanish, so it's a lot of it is in English, because that's the only language they all speak. That they can understand each other in, but like just not being able to. There are times when you don't feel like you breathed in like half an hour.
Oh no.
But it's just, the fact that these awards that are so crucial to film and aren't just stuff like Best Actor and stuff is. You could do that in like a theatre awards, but you can't do editing in a theatre awards.
No,
so
you really can't.
For an academy who should be all about film and filmmaking, they really don't seem to actually care about filmmaking.
Fools.
And there's a question of whether or not should the Oscars be more mainstream. Well, maybe they should just be just better in general. Just maybe they should just not exist, and we should have a new award ceremony that does include more mainstream and more kind of niche stuff, but also just like celebrates actual filmmaking.
Yeah. Well, there's no sort of prejudice.
Yeah.
Against, say, like comic book films.
Yeah. Although apparently,
Bill Maher.
Although apparently Stan Lee was included in the in memoriam section at the BAFTAs.
As he should be.
Yeah.
As he should be.
Is there anything else on that list? I'm not sure that there are. Well, apart from the main event of today.
Oh, the main event, and also slightly the reason we're doing it today.
Yes. Well, no, that's because I'm busy on Friday and I'm up early because of that. It doesn't matter. Yeah, that's it. That's all we've got. We've got anything else other than that? There was a new Shazam trailer, featurette. It was called Meet Shazam.
Does it look any better than the normal stuff?
Looks alright, actually. There's a scene, it was in one of the other trailer things, I think, where Shazam is in a store, a shop, and he's like, I'd like to buy some of your finest beer, please. Because Shazam is like a 12, 13-year-old kid called Billy Batson, who becomes this superhero. So he's an adult, so he can buy alcohol. And obviously he's no idea what he's doing, so he's like, I'd like to buy some beer. And then there was a shot of him and Freddie Freeman, his adoptive brother, who they're stood outside. They've bought beer. They both drink it and then like spit it out, and he goes like, tastes like vomit. It's like that's exactly what you're like when you're that age. Like
and then
when you're
like
young,
us.
the first time you have like proper alcohol, it's disgusting.
But it's American, so it's probably shit alcohol like Bud Light.
Wow. What have you got against Bud Light? This is the second week in a row.
I really don't like Bud Light. I just don't know. I find it funny when it's in films and everything and people drink it and act like they like it. I'm just like, you don't like that. No one likes it. People get it because they know no one else will drink it or it's cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap.
Main event.
Main event. So today,
MasterCast went to go see
the Lego Movie 2, the second part. Today, currently, as we're filming this, is Tuesday, the 12th. 12th?
12th?
The 12th.
12th.
Tuesday the 12th.
Is it? I thought.
It's Tuesday,
yes,
yeah.
12th.
'Cause
2 days till Valentine's.
You're busy. Ooh, how romantic. Stop that.
Sorry.
Because you're busy tomorrow. I'm busy Friday. Can't be asked messing with this on Thursday. So we're doing it now. And so we came out of the Lego Movie 2 about 2.5, 2 3/4 closer to now.
Yeah. Hours
ago. It wasn't particularly long ago though. Paul, what did you think?
I love it. I love it. It's so good.
Very, very, very funny.
It did not disappoint at all.
I was unsure with the trailers for the Lego Movie 2. The first one I quite liked. The second one I was kind of unsure about, but it was really... It did not disappoint. We'll do non-spoiler stuff first, and then maybe a bit later we'll get into some spoilers, because there is stuff that I'd like to talk about that you can't. I wouldn't want to spoil stuff.
Okay.
And especially some of the jokes that I want to talk about. I don't want to spoil those. There are certain jokes and characters, especially one character, surprise character appearance. I don't want to spoil that because it's such a good joke.
Let's just say this, without spoiling too much. Chris Pratt, he does such a good job.
Yeah, he's really good.
You thought he did good in he did do good in the movie, but in this one he goes above and beyond anything that anyone could want. Chris
Pratt pulls double duty this time as Emmett and the new character Rex Dangervest, who is kind of a send up of all Chris Pratt's other roles, so pretty like Star-Lord and Owen from Jurassic World and stuff.
Emmett is Chris Pratt in The Office.
Yeah. Emmett is schlubby Chris Pratt, and Rex Dangervest is
Jurassic
Beefcake.
World.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
And just He's just cool.
It's just really good, and I was a little bit unsure when because I first heard about that a little bit ago, so I knew that before going in, and I was somewhat worried that they would be too similar, and at points in the movie I felt like they maybe were, Rex Dangerous was a little bit too much sounded like Chris Pratt, a little bit too much, but I think it was different enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but it was good enough.
The whole aesthetic at the start, with the kind of Mad Max inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. The fact that they're like, we rebuilt our world into a gritty and darker world. It's called Apocalypseburg.
Do you want to know why they've done that? The kid's grown up.
The kid's grown up, and he's cool and edgy now.
It's so good. It's so good. The villain from the trailer, the
Sweet Mayhem.
Yeah.
The spacesuit
looking one.
Yeah.
The introduction to that and the whole action sequence at the beginning is funny.
Yeah.
It's very, very funny. And then
one of the what is it called? What am I saying? What am I trying to say here, Paul? The indicator gag.
Oh, it's
didn't quite land for me because I'd seen it in the trailer.
I
think it's a better trailer joke than a movie joke.
It is.
I think some of the jokes that were in the trailers, work better in the trailers than they do in the movie, and maybe it's because I'd already seen them in the trailers, but I felt like some of them.
I think more the fact that the trailer joke worked to indicate it worked because there was a bit more of a setup in the film rather than whilst I was just going. It's like they know I have a move. Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, like the when they first arrive at the star system and they go, ooh, whoa.
Is that in the trailer?
Yeah, that's at the end of, I think, the second trailer. That, I think, landed better in the trailer than it did in the film. Because I think in the trailer it was funny. In the film, I knew it was coming and it just kind of went on for too long. And it's not even that long of a gag, but...
No, okay. So, let's put it like this. Without spoiling... Everyone does great.
Yeah, the returning cast are all great.
The new cast.
The new cast are all pretty good as well.
Good. The visuals again just.
I mean, you know what you're getting from the Lego movies at this point.
Literally, in terms of visuals, it is like that same golden standard.
Yeah. It's really, really good.
It's just, oh my god. The kind of special Master Builder Vision returns.
Yeah.
That I think was one of my favourite parts of the actual proper Lego movie.
The first one.
Yeah, when they have all these just piles of crap and then some bits get highlighted.
Yeah, and the numbers next to them, the actual numbers of the real.
And they're good. I like that little thing.
Mm.
And the soundtrack.
I thought it was alright.
Pretty damn good. So, without spoilers...
There are a number of songs in this. There's...
Without spoilers, watch it.
Yeah, there are a number of songs... Well, I reckon we can do non-spoilers for a little bit longer, Paul. Calm down.
Aww.
We saw this quite early for us. We're giving it... Well, it'll be like another half a week will have passed by the time this comes out, but it's not a point. We saw this midweek. There was no one in there. There was about 8 people in total.
There was one child.
Who fortunately wasn't as irritating or loud as I was expecting them to be at the start. Yeah. After as when the film started, they shut up, and I was very grateful of that.
Apart from that, I was the youngest person there, and I'm 17.
Yeah. Because
let's just put.
There are a group of guys next to us who were definitely at least our age, if not older, definitely older, and then some parents with their kid. Yeah, so there are a number of songs in this one. There's Everything is Awesome
remix.
There's
I think it's called Tween
Dream. It's kind of a
updated version.
Yeah, I don't know what you call it in terms of its tone, but it's in the first trailer, and it's just they use it again in this one. They don't use the song that they used in the first trailer again. The Beastie Boys, I think it is. But that it's the same version of Everything Is Awesome is in that.
There are a number.
Everything's Not Awesome is in their Catchy Song. It's literally called Catchy Song.
Oh, Catchy
which is
Song
the new
so good.
Everything Is Awesome. These are all been released. They're all available to go and listen on YouTube and stuff, so they're not like spoilers. Not Evil, which is Tiffany Haddish as Queen Whatever I Wanna Be. That's
Do you know what that made me think of?
What?
That made me think of a guy from Need for Speed called Rio Watanabe.
Ken Watanabe.
She's whatever she wants to.
What? Yeah.
And
whatever I wanna be. Yeah.
Whatever I want to be.
Yeah.
And Rio, he's a wannabe.
And then Gotham City Guys, which I believe is also Tiffany Haddish. Of all the songs, that was my favourite.
That was such
good. A good song. If you haven't listened to it,
listen
don't.
to it. Oh wait, no.
I'd say
what
if you're gonna see the film.
That is the
don't
one. That is the one bit you don't want to.
Wait till you see the film. I think just because it's such a
payoff.
It's such a laugh a minute song.
We were creasing.
Oh, we were. I was creasing throughout this film.
Oh, it was so good.
And I think it works in terms of because the movie is very funny. It's very there's constantly gags coming at you. Some of them don't land, but a lot of them do, and I think that is a very gag heavy song. That if you watch it in the film, if you listen to it beforehand and you kind of know all the gags, but the visuals of it was still pretty good. But
as per with the Lego films, really, that's kind of the thing they've set now.
Yeah,
and I don't think they could.
Yeah,
just watch it.
One thing that kind of somewhat irritated me, not irritated me, but with the Lego Ninjago movie, which I haven't seen the actual film, but from trailers and stuff, there's a lot less actual Lego in that. So like the water's real water and the sand's real sand, and the forests and stuff they go to aren't made of Lego, and that
there's a cat.
To me, kind of and the cat obviously, and that to me was like I preferred it when the environment was entirely made of Lego, and I think in this one, it is. I wasn't sure if the sand around Apocalypseburg was or not, but I'm fairly sure it is.
The sand around Apocalypseburg is Lego.
Yeah,
but the water kind of stuff in the star system, whatever, or kind of like the sheet kind of stuff, that's just like kind of fabric.
Oh yeah, and like the weapons they had were like lollipop things, weren't they?
Yes.
They weren't Lego either, but
they were practical.
But there was stuff. There was in the first Lego movie, from what I remember, bearing in mind I haven't seen it since the first time, which I'm not happy about.
There's the whole assortment of items.
Yeah. So like the plaster and stuff, and obviously the Craggle, which is not made of Lego.
It's just craft.
The whole MacGuffin of the film,
it's
the piece of resistance is. Yeah, that's not Lego, but everything else is, and I'm fairly sure it's all. Aside from some character movements and stuff, everything like the physical creations are stuff that you can make with real Lego. It's all real techniques.
Yeah, because I think that's one thing from the Lego movie as well. Like, if you saw a building, you could build it.
Yeah, you could if you had all the pieces.
Didn't the actual kind of 3D render model, whatever, actually build it as opposed to making a shell and making it look like Lego?
Yeah, so like Sweet Mayhem's ship, they make, obviously that's an actual set in real life that you can go and buy, and I'm fairly sure it's pretty like one-to-one accurate.
I mean,
aside from like interiors of stuff, so like I think the interior of the Batmobile in the Lego Batman movie and stuff is not quite how it would be in real life, and in Emmett's house that he's built on the outskirts of Apocalypseburg, the interior of that is very obviously nowhere near how it should be in terms of the exterior, but
it makes for a very interesting.
You don't really, it's forgivable.
Yes,
But
very much so. So, is that the end of spoiler free?
What did you think of just the general story and the new characters, and in terms of it being a sequel and stuff, without going into too many spoilery details?
As a sequel, I think it was very good.
Yeah.
Because it was... it literally followed on from the last, 30 seconds of the Lego movie. You know, with the we are from Duplo.
We are here to destroy you. Yeah, that moment is actually repeated.
It's that first 30 seconds of this film and the last 30 seconds of the other film.
Yeah.
Is the same.
I think there's a little bit of like an introductory thing.
Yes, there is.
Before that.
But it's pretty much, I think, the perfect sequel.
Do you think it's better than the first one? Because you watched the first one again last night, didn't you?
I did watch it before. Oh, that's difficult.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of I think I enjoyed this one more.
Oh.
I think I enjoyed this one more.
Yeah.
But which one's better?
Yeah.
I'd say the first one is better.
Okay. Well, I suspect that it might be. I really don't remember, and I want to go and watch I want to watch that one again, and the Lego Batman movie and the Lego Ninjago movie, which I haven't seen either of, but I would really like to see both of those, especially the Batman film.
Oh, the Batman film. Oh, that's.
But that's
I'm I think the message of the first one is more powerful.
Mm.
But by no means is
this one the message of this one kind of surprised me it was kind of a more mature in its approach from what I expected, and maybe that's because reviews and stuff I'd seen had said that it was a little bit more for kids than the first one, but I think the message of it was still mature enough.
Yes, definitely.
And it's not a kiddie message. It's not it's aimed at a younger audience, obviously.
You know what I feel like it is?
It's a U-rated film, but
do you know what I feel like
it's a message that applies to it can apply to anyone.
I think they've sort of engineered it to grow with the main demographic that they aimed for with the first one.
Yeah.
I think they've managed that.
Which is not for children. This is not the Lego movies aren't for children. They're not. All right.
They're just not.
They're
really just not.
What I mean by that is they are for children, but the children don't deserve.
Lego is our thing and older.
How dare you?
Don't take our Lego.
We had a bit of a reminisce afterwards, didn't we? About
our
child. We'll probably get to that later.
Oh, we will get to that later.
Because we want to have more of a reminisce about Lego. Because
it's good.
But
watch it.
What was I gonna say about Yeah, there's a lot to be had out of it. There are some gags that, like I said, don't work. There's a gag at the beginning involving wild style brooding that I think goes on for a little bit too long.
Yes.
But there were lots of times when we just turned to each other and we were dying.
Actually,
it's
just
so
full
funny.
on. Actually, so twitching.
Oh, it was hilarious. And then when we realised who the voice of a certain character was, which I think, if you don't know, and you probably won't, I don't want to ruin it. It's such a good...
That is definitely in the spoiler section.
Such a good surprise.
Because I turned to you and just...
Because I realised it was someone who I knew.
You turned to me and who is that? And I said... who it was,
and then it came again, and then you said, "Oh, it's such and such a person," and I broke down because I was like, "Oh my god, it is!"
Right? Okay.
But
spoiler free.
What would you give it out of 10?
Oh, definitely like a 10.
A 10? You give it a 10?
I'd
give it a 8 or a 9. Probably around that. Yeah.
You know there were the things that didn't quite work, but they are infinitely outweighed.
There's also a really good joke about stepping on a Lego. Which is something we've all done.
Oh, this one is
it's
done so well. Oh, so
very very good.
Okay.
There was actually more of it set in the real world than I expected.
Yes, I did notice
yeah,
that.
but
More set in the real world than the first one, but I think, to be honest, that's as to be expected.
Yeah.
Considering that the Lego world has been established.
Yeah. As being in the real world.
Yes,
so.
yeah.
So where does the Lego Batman movie kind of correlate in that? Because there's a line in this that references that Batman is not where the other characters are because he's off having his own adventure, the line is, it just means, where's Batman in the Lego Batman movie? So where does that correlate to in terms of like being in the real world? Because Lego Gotham is not in the kid's basement or anything, so where is it?
I don't know.
Or is it like in the first film when they go to like Cloud Cuckoo Land and Middle Zealand and stuff? No, because I'm not going to think too much about it.
Do you know what I think?
What?
I think it's just the Lego Batman figure got given to one of his mates.
Oh, that's a good solution, actually, isn't it?
Yeah. Where's the Batman figure? We don't fucking know.
Yeah.
It's given to one of your mates, and then Batman saves the world in that one. And then, of course, he comes back and just went, yeah, save the world.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I like to think of it.
So overall, we really enjoyed it. I think we both kind of unanimously said it was the best impulse watch that we've done.
I mean, the impulse watch films that I've done.
I don't really impulse watch much, and this kind of was, and I have no regrets.
And impulse watches for me have been Aquaman and like Incredibles 2 and this and I think, oh god, what was the other impulse watch? Maze Runner Scorched Trails.
Yeah.
All of which are pretty decent movies, ranging from pretty decent to damn good. And then of course there's the Lego Movie, which just blows out. It's even blown some of the ones that I've deliberately gone to see out of the water.
Such as?
Toy Story 3. Avengers Infinity War.
Really? Oh. Whoa, what a hot take.
I think that's pretty much like unparalleled. It's hard to say.
I think aside from the Ninjago movie, which from what I've heard is kind of alright, it's kind of the Solo of the Lego movie cinematic universe, the Lego franchise. Yeah. But I think overall it's looking pretty strong, and I really hope that we get more and we get them quicker and more regularly, please. Before we get into spoilers, just because it's on my mind, what other Lego films would you want to see? And I'm gonna say you can't say Star Wars or Marvel.
I wasn't going to say either. Okay.
But
what would I like to see? I don't know, because it's odd. Because I would say, like, I don't know, Hero Factory. Guess what? They did the TV miniseries.
Yeah.
I would say a better Ninjago one. But guess what? The better version of that is the miniseries. What other
I'm trying to think of like characters and stuff who were in this one who they could probably like license out, and so like WB owned properties and stuff.
I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure I could think of one.
I reckon they could do a pretty good Pirates, like a Lego Pirates movie. I don't know.
Actually, Lego Agents.
Yes.
That would be good.
I don't think that would be much of a financial...
Do you know what I kind of would equate that Lego Agents movie to?
What?
A Clutch Powers.
I remember watching the Clutch Powers movie on... I think it was on YouTube in 2 parts, and it was years ago.
I had it on DVD, but I can't find the DVD anymore.
Actually?
I've got the case. There's no DVD in it, and it makes me cry every time because I go, Clutch Powers, I'm going to watch that. I open the DVD, it's not there. It's not there. That is a bloody entertaining film. Because guess what he's got?
What's he got?
He's got the Lego Agent's car.
Does he?
He does have the Lego Agent's car in the beginning.
Oh.
And then doesn't use it for any bit afterwards. And he also has the Power Miners stuff.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he borrows from the Lego thieves.
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah,
it's like an amalgamation of all things.
Yeah, he does.
It's so cool.
Oh wow.
And especially because they just go into Lego Castle universe. Because why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Spoilers.
Yeah, let's get into spoilers.
Richard Ayoade.
Richard Ayoade is the voice of the floating ice cream.
Oh, he's so good.
He's so gloriously Richard Ayoade-ing it up. He's so incredibly deadpan.
It's so great.
And it's the most British thing you've ever heard. It's brilliant. Like, it's just great.
So good.
It's so good.
Because, another spoiler section of the thing.
Yeah.
Batman gets in a relationship with the...
with Queen Whatever I Wanabe.
Yes, that one. He gets in a relationship and they do the kind of like, totally. And that's enough of that from Richard Ayoade. And then... This is the third.
That's enough now.
This is the third. This happens like 3 different times with different adjectives or whatever, and then the third time he lets it happen. And goes, actually, I quite like
this now.
And then another spoiler section because it's Richard Ayoade. Because fuck off, I don't care. And it's like, this is when they've all been put into the is it the bin of storage?
Yeah, the bin of storage.
The bin of storage, which is the
storage bin
for Lego. And as someone makes a comment of like, this is so like depressing and they need ice cream or whatever, and then Richard Ayoade being the floating ice cream, just like, I am not an object really used to fill a void in your... It's just... Oh, Richard Ayoade is so pure.
So good.
So pure, so good.
Let's talk the plot. So it turns out Rex Dangervest, the reason why he's voiced by Chris Pratt is because he's Emmett from the future.
Yes. That was odd.
I am not sure about how that works in the real world. And there's a line where in the real world the boy says, I'm doing a story about time travel.
Oh yes, it is.
It
is.
How I'm not entirely sure
how that works, considering Rex saw a different timeline.
Yeah,
but then again, that could be perceived as the character's imagination or whatever. But my God, does it make for an entertaining time travel thing?
Yeah.
Because what does he do? He takes apart the DeLorean.
The DeLorean. Bill and Ted's phone booth. The TARDIS, which as soon as the DeLorean came up, and then he moved to it started
going through.
To the. No, it was when he was at the DeLorean, and I thought he was going to get in the DeLorean and drive, and then he took it apart, and I was like, "There's going to be more. The TARDIS is definitely going to be in here."
He was like,
and it was
DeLorean.
Then Bill and Ted's phone booth. Then the TARDIS,
and then I did not expect another one. Hot Tub Time Machine.
Yeah, the Hot Tub Time Machine.
Skynet first.
Oh yeah. And the ones whatever Skynet's been using or something.
It's like, sorry Doc, I need this. The phone booth need the TARDIS as well. Whatever Skynet's been using, and this hot tub, which is a reference to Hot Tub Time Machine, which no child should understand. No child should understand the Terminator one either.
Yeah. Or the Die Hard reference and Bruce Willis, voiced by Bruce Willis.
Because fuck you.
Oh, he was credited as himself, I think.
God, it's so good. It's so good when you see like a little cameo and then it's actually Bruce Willis as himself. Beautiful.
What did you think about the fact that Queen whatever Iwanabe
Wasn't actually a villain.
yeah, and also like we kind of talked about the fact that Batman was in a relationship. I love the fact that I'd seen this before I saw the movie actually, when they're all getting kind of brainwashed by the song, and Batman is flossing. He's Lego flossing, and it's kind of glorious.
It is rather glorious, and I've just searched Lego Movie 2 cast, and apparently Noel Fielding is in it somehow.
Whoa, what? As who?
I don't know.
Aquaman is played by Jason Momoa.
Do you know he's the first one that comes up when you search Lego Movie 2 cast?
They go off to the Justice League voice, which is Superman, who's voiced by Channing Tatum, Green Lantern, who's voiced by Jonah Hill, Wonder Woman, who I believe is still voiced by Kobe Smulders,
who is
Marie Hill in the MCU. Aquaman is the DC EU Aquaman, played by Jason Momoa, voiced by Jason Momoa, and they all go off to the Sistar system, and it's the fact that they get in their ship and Aquaman just goes, "My man,
my man," and when they all get put in the bin of storage, he cannonballs into it because it's Aquaman.
Armageddon. Which I guessed was because at first I thought it was Armageddon, but then I realised it was Armageddon or Armageddon. I realised it was going to be something to do with the mum, and then I kind of doubted that. But then
as soon as the kind of like brother sister conflict came about, it was just like, okay,
yeah,
it's going to be mum.
It was nice though when it ultimately did come down. You know, when the brother and the sister started
getting along.
Yeah, because in a way, it kind of reminded me of like when I was younger playing with my toys with my sister. Me and my sister never played. My sister who's older than me. We never played with Legos together, but we definitely played with toys together. And
yeah, but do you want to know the one difference between that?
What?
My experience, that won't fucking last. They won't get on for more than a week.
Yeah, it won't last, and ultimately the older one will grow out of it, and the younger one will still want to play, and they won't understand it.
Except it's Lego. He won't grow out of it.
Yeah, but he'll still grow out of it.
Yeah, he'll grow out of it.
Even if he eventually then doesn't, he'll grow out of it.
Yeah. But my God, it's good.
You know, because I remember still wanting to play with my toys, and my sister didn't, and at the time I didn't understand it.
She's like, why do you not
I
want
couldn't
to play?
process it, and then obviously I started getting to that age, and I could understand it.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we must talk about with this Lego movie, the references.
Oh, the references! They managed to cram in a reference to every single live action interpretation of Batman, all of them.
Do you want to know what Noel Fielding was?
Oh God,
he was the vampire.
That was Noel Fielding.
That was Noel Fielding.
Oh,
they got Noel Fielding and Richard Ayoade.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's a glitter vampire that takes the piss out of Twilight.
doesn't he? It's an indirect figure. Not just Twilight, but that kind of
teen fiction,
teen vampire fiction culture.
Oh, and they just slam it.
Yeah.
They just slam it, and Unikitty like turns proper fangirl. So beautiful. I know.
I really liked the way the design of Ultra Kitty or Ultra Catty. I'm not sure.
But, right.
Which one? When at the start in Apocalypseburg, she was a massive cat.
Unikitty
the way
like
that
full
was designed and moved.
Yes.
And I think it was great.
That was so good.
Like out of all the sets, like if I was to get one, like a physical set from the Lego Movie 2 line, I get that one because it just looks cool. It just does. Sorry.
It does.
I mean, I'm not, but
it does look cool. But if to be honest, if I had to get a set,
what would it be? The
Brofist chip.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was a a fist. It was like a fist.
It's a fist.
Yeah, because it's.
I want that.
Yeah, because this film, and you may have. I mean, if you plan on watching the film and you haven't done yet, then you're not here still, presumably. But the film deals with toxic masculinity in a way that I think. Well, like I said earlier, I think it's very mature.
Yeah.
And because that is something that it's kind of clunky. So the line they use in the trailer, and it is in the film, and I didn't think it worked in the film. I wasn't sure it worked in the trailer either, because it was also, there's a joke about it that was used in the trailer for Ralph Breaks the Internet.
What's the line?
The line is when Sweet Mayhem first shows up in like Batman's cave in Apocalypseburg and goes, "Well, you fought and did the cool stuff
whilst
with kicks,
Emmett
but
was the mascot.
whilst the hapless Bennett and the hapless male, it was the leader and took all the credit." And it was in the trailer, and I wasn't sure about it, and it was in the film, and I wasn't sure about it, because it was a bit on the nose. But it deals with, because Wildstar wants Emmett to kind of grow up and be more manly.
She was fine with him taking the credit or whatever.
She wants him to just kind of harden himself up, because the fact that they're in a Mad Max reality now.
Can I just say that is done beautifully?
Yeah.
The Mad Max stuff. I'll let you finish your, and then I'll go on my Mad Max tangent.
And then Rex Dangerous being is a version of Emmett from the future who was lost and he wasn't saved by any of his friends, and he hardened himself up and then tries to make himself harder from the past, and it's done in a way where it's like,
this is what
you don't need to be
gruff macho.
You don't need to prove that to prove your manliness or whatever, your masculinity, and it's just it's just very good. It was handled very well.
Right.
And yeah.
Can we move on to references? Because my God, it is rife with them.
It is.
Because I mean, let's start with the first one, Apocalypseburg. It's Mad Max.
It's Mad Max with a touch of Planet of the Apes thrown in, with the Statue of Liberty on its side.
Yes, it is. It is gloriously done. It's the whole aesthetic it's Mad Max desert, massive war rig type things, and it's done so well. I mean, Emmett is like the absolute standout in this, because he's just Emmett.
Yeah.
Just imagine Emmett in an apocalypse. He doesn't change. It's great. The funniest part of that, the cats. They changed the cats' names.
Did they?
Yeah, because I don't know if you know this.
What are they called in the original?
They've all had names like Louis and whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But there's still, is it Jim or is it Jeff?
Oh, I think it's Jeff. I don't know.
But the end cat that doesn't like Emmett and Emmett doesn't like, it's still there. And it's like, but they all have like maces or axes
on their tails. Yeah.
It's great.
And the end cat is like, hello.
They're all just like,
yeah.
Jim.
Meow.
So that gag is still not lost. And then there's
that gag is repeated and it's still funny.
Oh, it's good. There's also sewer babies.
Yeah, I thought the dinosaur naming gag of...
Oh, I've not done yet.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Surfer Dave. Sup, bruh? It's Chainsaw Dave now.
Yeah, there's a bit where he's like by a fire and he just he like chainsaws a surfboard and it goes into the fire and it lights on fire.
It's just like, oh my God, it's metal. Oh, it's so good.
Can I talk about the dinosaur gag?
You can talk about the dinosaur.
There's a dinosaur gag where Rex's raptors are called, like, one of them's called Ripley.
As in Ellen
obvious.
Ripley.
One of them's called Connor, which I suggested was a reference to another Terminator reference.
Yes.
I mean, they've already got the Skynet reference in, so it's already... And then the other one is called The Other One.
Yeah.
I didn't think that quite worked because that was repeated a little bit too many times. The first time I was like, oh, it's literally called the other one. But I also love the fact that Unikitty, they're being attacked at the start. She sets off a flare from the unicorn, the spike in her head, and the first one is a Happy New Year's one. And Batman and Alfred see it and they go, wow, I can't believe another year's passed. And then she sets off another one and it cuts to them and they're singing Old Lang Syne.
Oh, it's so good. Because the next two are giant cannon and they've gone full wasteland mode and they just,
and they're just singing Old Lang Syne.
Swaying and not singing Old Lang Syne.
Yeah.
And then the next one comes up.
They got Ralph Fiennes back for Alfred, and even though he says one line, they didn't get Liam Neeson back for Good Cop Bad Cop because he's a racist. He's not. He's not racist. All right.
That happened.
He realised that it was a bad thing to say, and it wasn't because of him being black that he said those things. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, don't just Google it. I probably shouldn't have said that.
Don't Google it.
But they got Ralph Fiennes back to say 2 lines. They got Will Ferrell back, but I think it was very much a case of they couldn't get him back for very long. So he has minimal amount of lines, and you only ever... So even in, the real sections... Because I originally thought... There was a line where he's where he's off screen and he's says something okay, honey, you deal with the kids, I'm leaving, bye. And I thought it was a comical way of the dad had left, but then he's still there, he's just off screen.
Because Love Business is just you guys handle all this, I want to play golf.
Yeah.
And then the dad actually goes off and plays golf. Because why not? And when he comes back later in the film, he's just absolute nightmare. I didn't put a birdie. And you're just what? How have you managed that?
For 5 years.
Oh, it's so good. There's those references. There's a lot of references to film.
Yeah.
It's just it's a really cool film. You'll watch it when you're older. The cool guys watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, The Matrix and Back to the Future.
And
Get
Back to the Future.
that.
There's also pretty much a reference to Jurassic World where he tamed raptors.
Yeah. Well, there's a shot, it's in the trailer where he's doing the arm pose.
Yeah.
That zookeepers across the world then copied when the first trailer for Jurassic World came out. They literally all did the arm pose. It's iconic, isn't it, really?
It's just a meme.
There's a reference to Marvel. Because the Justice League went to fight the Sistar system, and then they don't come back. And then Sweet Mayhem she kidnaps Wild-style Batman, Benny, Unikitty, and Metalbeard. So it's just Emmett and everyone else left. And they're we've only got
unlicensed
Aquaman. I think it's on... Yes, it's something unlicensed or unbranded Aquaman.
Unlicensed.
We've
only got unlicensed Aquaman and Larry Poppins.
And knockoff Larry Poppins.
And Marvel won't return our calls.
Marvel won't return our calls.
And we both died.
Because I knew there was a reference to Marvel in there as to why Marvel aren't present. But I could not have imagined anything like that.
It's so good. It's just so on the nose.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just great. There's also a lot of foreshadowing in the fact that Emmett's little dream does come true.
Yeah.
And it's literally bang on. And
I like the fact that it wasn't a dream of, this is what could happen if we don't stop it. Yeah. No, that all happens and it's because you tried to stop it.
You moron.
Idiot boy.
One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it.
Oh.
I got all Kung Fu Panda up in this shit.
Ooh. That's from Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, who says it?
Oh. I don't know. It's a good quote. Because,
noodles, don't noodles.
That's some of the best quotes from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. It's just, also,
yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today's a gift. That is why it is called the present.
Okay.
Words of wisdom.
Batman references.
Oh, just all of them.
What a joyous, joyous thing. Gotham City Boys.
Gotham City Guys.
The guys.
Song where they reference
Clooney, Keaton.
I don't know if the Christian Bale reference is in the song, or just before the song, but they reference
No,
Bale,
in the song. It is
Bale,
in the song.
then Affleck, Keaton. He says he's more of a Keaton guy.
Yeah.
Then he mentions he does a double whammy with Clooney and Kilmer at the same time.
Yeah.
Then says something about wearing spandex or whatever, or a tight suit.
Wearing tights.
Wearing
tights.
tights.
You should have seen me as Adam West.
Ask Adam West, and they just get an Adam West Batman, and they don't have, because Lego don't have a piece that properly resembles the Adam West Batman cowl with the short ears, so it doesn't quite work. But
it is Adam West Batman.
But it's still a funny gag. I mean, I still was laughing
howling.
at it.
Howling. The musical numbers actually, they were done quite well.
Yeah, I didn't mind them. You know, I'm not like a massive fan of musicals, but if the music's good, then if the songs are good or enjoyable,
it actually adds something to the plot. Unlike some musicals,
I wasn't overly fond of Not Evil, but
Not Evil was quite fun though.
Catchy Song is kind of presented as like a brainwashing type song, and it would drive you insane if you're trapped listening to it.
Yeah, catchy songs. Catchy Song is a catchy song.
Yeah.
Bloody good.
Everything's Not Awesome is a great twist on Everything Is Awesome that also kind of has a message about depression.
Yeah.
And it's a very mature message, which basically saying things aren't going to be perfect all the time.
Don't make it idealistic.
But
you'll always be disappointed.
Yeah, be realistic about it, but things can be good, but they can't always be unrealistically. You shouldn't, You
shouldn't, put everything on such a pedestal or whatever.
Yeah.
This is getting all deep.
Gotham City Guys is a great song.
This isn't like us interpreting it that way. No, they pretty much explicitly states it.
Yeah. Which is great.
Yeah. I like the Not Evil song a lot.
Did you? I think of the four main songs in it, that was probably my least favourite, but I liked all the other ones. So
yeah, they were good. Batman's whole relationship thing. I think out of all,
I love the fact that she convinces him to want to be in a relationship with her by deflating his ego.
Oh, it's just
by basically just
that's
saying,
the whole point of Gotham City Guys, by the way.
That she's not into Batman, basically.
And then
he's like, no, I'm the best at it. Because this Batman is very much a Batman who is like, I'm the best at everything. I'm always the best. He's very he's got a very self-inflated ego.
He's very egotistical.
So she just plays on that.
It is the Lego movie Batman. It's the Lego Batman movie Batman.
Yeah.
Which is the best Batman. And I think one of the funniest bits of the beginning is when they start fighting the Duplos, and then he throws it at them. Throws one of the Duplos.
No, I didn't.
It's just he throws at the Duplo, and the Duplo goes, "Miss me," and the Duplo, "No, didn't." It's just the whole Duplo attack is so good.
I really actually quite like the fact that Queen Whatever I Wanna Be, it is so when the Duplo first attack at the end of the last movie and beginning of this one, Emmett builds a heart, and he's like, we can all be together even though we're different, and the Duplo monsters just eat it and invade, but that becomes Queen Whatever I Wanna Be, and and then you see in the real world that it's a thing that the boy, the brother gave to his sister, and he said to her, it can be whatever you want it to be, and
she took that literally.
Yeah, and
I had no idea.
It really came out of nowhere. And it was like,
I didn't.
Oh wow!
I did think
they set up stuff immediately in this, didn't they?
Yeah, it was so beautifully done.
Yeah.
And also the fact that she retains the colour palette of her. And it's...
although then goes red sometimes when she's evil. But that seems to be a theme, because Unikitty does that.
When Unikitty does it, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's just like, because in the credits thing as well, it's just like Unikitty and a rainbow, and then Demon Kitty and fire.
I really like the animation when they first wake up Unikitty, they make it look like with Lego bricks, like, you know, there's like animations where it's a cat and the hair's all standing up on end.
And the cat's just doing this giant, massive loop with its arch back.
And they managed to do it with Lego bricks, and I thought it was really funny.
Because this is when Emmett's doing the tour of his house. It's just like the lunch room, the breakfast room, whatever, and the kiddie room. And it's just the Unikitty just going...
Well, no, at that point Unikitty's just sleeping and they wake up and then she...
You're gonna get it! They also have the waffle room.
Yeah, the toaster room with all this... Why is there such a thing on toasters? They get out of a situation by making a toaster.
Sod it.
And the fact that Emmett makes a triple-decker couch that then turns into a mech.
I would have preferred it if he just made the triple-decker couch that just didn't turn into a mech. And it just falls on him.
I mean, it's ultimately pointless anyway, but, you know.
Whatever. I mean...
Alright, Paul.
He fails anyway, but I would have preferred it if the triple-decker couch just tried to fall on him. It's so good. And then, have they still got Shaq?
That was Shaquille. I'm pretty sure that was Shaq. Because he then says, NBA legend, whatever, and references her by name. And I found that really funny because it was clearly just going... It was very obviously a wink to the audience, the way that line was written. And then delivered by Shaq. Because
I'm not going to lie, one of the funniest parts of the first movie is the entire...
They're not ready for that. Oh no, they were ready for that.
They're not ready for this. Oh no, they were ready for that. It's just the whole NBA thing is just so good. Because it's such an obscure Lego line.
Yeah.
That did exist, and it was kind of crap. But it had Shaq in it, so it's good. It's so...
I can't have this in this one, but Dumbledore's not in this one. So, could you imagine a Lego Harry Potter movie?
No.
Alright, sorry.
Probably not.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be done too well. Because what storyline would you use for Harry Potter?
I don't know, Paul.
You could do like the original Order of the Phoenix shenanigans in Lego. Could you imagine that? Even though it's sort of a more sort of grittier take. You imagine just Voldemort with an army of the Lego spiders. I want that now. I want it. I need it. And I can also like sort of imagine like anything like a prequel to a sort of film done in Lego fashion.
Nah, that wouldn't make sense because Lego's got its own like built up universe now, film universe. So,
what could they do then? They could do like Gandalf gallivanting across Middle Earth in Lego form.
Yeah.
No, he goes to Middle Zealand. It's just I reckon there's actually stuff we've missed out from when we talked about it.
Probably, yeah. I actually wouldn't mind a movie based more around some of the minor characters from this one, the supporting characters like Unikitty or something.
Benny.
Maybe.
What about Metalbeard?
Metalbeard, out of those, Metalbeard's probably my least favourite. I really like the bit where Benny's like, spaceship, and then someone touches him, he's like, don't touch me when I'm spaceshipping!
It's so good. Who is it that touches him when he's spaceshipping? Oh, it's not the candy man. No, it's not the ice cream man, it's the...
Is it the chocolate bar?
It might be the chocolate bar.
I think it's the chocolate bar.
It's the chocolate... No, it's the chocolate bar or the banana man.
I think it's the banana man.
Oh, the banana man slips everywhere.
Yeah, that gag got a little bit overdone, I think. It wasn't as funny as they seem to think it was. For me, personally.
There's also just one point in the film where Unikitty just bites the chocolate man.
Yeah, but it's done in like a...
It's literally just sort of a split second thing where she just...
Yeah, there's just a random intermission for no reason.
It's a random.
It's hilarious, but it's right. It comes out of nowhere.
It's like a proper like a comedy sort of thing where it's the banana man holding an intermission sign, walking along sort of like a train carriage full of kids, followed by the ice cream man and then the chocolate one, and then out of nowhere, Unikitty just waddles in and then just eats the chocolate bar, top left hand corner of it, and it's just like, what the actual fuck just happened? Also, they do a fake out ending.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. Because I remember them putting just like the end and it just went whoa 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 whoa.
It was like,
and then
are they setting up for a third movie? And then the fact that one stops it, you're like, what? No, this can't end on a downbeat cliffhanger ending. You've got to have a happy ending.
It's so good.
There's absolutely no fourth wall to this film. There's just not.
Because they just smashed it to That's what they've done.
It's a master breaker, and they've broken the fourth wall.
It's a master breaker. But you know that final like Goku-esque punch that Emmett does?
Yeah.
On that pyramid.
But he's got a big figure fist.
Yeah, they do that. Just in case you don't know, it's the Rex
Danger Vest.
He develops a new technique called master breaking, which is you just punch stuff. You turn into Goku, and actually no, you don't. You turn into.
Do they not call it a Goku punch in the film?
I don't know. I think they prefer. I'd prefer it to be One Punch Man, because that's his whole MO. It's just One Punch Man. One punch solves every problem. It's so stupid. You need to watch some like One Punch Man stuff. It's hilarious. And like the Rex Danger Vest has some like plot device detect.
Yeah. What is it? It's like it's called a CPD, and it's a convenient plot detector. I think it's called.
Yeah. And it's just like, if you punch the ground here, we'll get out of this place. He punches the ground, and they do get out of there, surprisingly.
Yeah.
It's so funny. And then there's the Bruce Willis skits.
Oh, God. Well, he's just crawling around in a bed, he's like, oh, yeah, I'm on my way home, mate. I don't live here, or anything.
Just go.
just get your best.
And then, did you see the third Bruce Willis thing?
Yeah, I don't remember
where
that.
Emmett and Rex are going through the tunnel system, and they hear on the radio, and it's just, and they say on the radio, "Oh, hi, Bruce Willis." It's just.
Is that what it is? He just comes on the radio, on their radio, on the headset.
It's just like, "Oh, hi, Bruce Willis. What are you doing here?" Because they're going through another tunnel system. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's great.
It's a really good Lego representation of Bruce Willis as well.
He's so good. I want them to do a Lego Die Hard now.
The Lego Die Hard movie.
Can you imagine it? But I want them to do what they did for the Lego Batman movie and a bit of this movie, which is the good noises the characters make.
Oh, like the... Yeah.
They do that in
because they all make the... Yeah, because I've seen the bit in Lego Batman movie where Ray Fiennes makes such accurate machine gun noises, it's genuinely terrifying.
Oh, it's so good. And in the Lego Batman movie, Joker also goes blink, 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 blink. Are you making the blinking noises?
No.
Blink, 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 blink. And in this one, I swear to God, no one else does it. Batman makes some noises when he fires his big gun. I think, which is like, bang, pew, boom, blah. But the Rex Danger Vest, when he's on the turret in the forest, I swear he goes like...
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah. I was like, oh, Chris Pratt gets to do this now.
I just saw that and I was just like, yes, this is great. Make him do more. And also the Raptors. I
love the fact that the the subtitles for the Raptors, they're just funny anyway. But then when it's tennis and they'll just lay over the top of each other madly.
Because the Raptors never talk.
I love tennis. The
Raptors never talk. It's just like, oh, what's Rex Danger?
Weird yellow subtitles.
What's Rex Dangervest's giant brofist ship with a spoiler on top?
Yeah.
Getting piloted by it's Rex and about 300 raptors. I'm just like, what? And they have a workout station where they lift weights.
There's a bit where he plays snooker with a raptor.
Yeah,
he plays pool.
He plays pool with a raptor. It's so great. And because there's different segments where characters do some form of interjection, and the Raptors have some great ones. And I think the two standout ones for the Raptors is just Rex goes woohoo, and then goes woohoo,
yeah, and then two Raptors
go
woohoo.
And they make some dinosaur screech noise. And then
it sounds very similar to how the Raptors sound in Jurassic World as well.
I'm fairly certain it's just that sound effect. And also, the tennis one, I'm not quite sure you did it justice because Rex pilots his massive brofist ship with a spoiler on top. That better be a Lego set, by the way.
I'm pretty sure it is. No, when it's a scale, obviously, but...
No, when the kid picks it up, I will.
Yeah, I think that's...
I thought they were going to lean into full Jurassic World Tame the Raptor. No, he just pulls out a tennis ball.
Anyone like tennis? I don't think he even says it, does he? He
just has a tennis ball, and then one of the Raptors just goes, I love tennis, and then 100 tennis exclamation marks are just laid on top of each other, making a giant yellow mess at the bottom of the screen, and they all swarm him and run onto the ship. And it's so good. You know, at one point, one raptor asks for an autograph of Rex Dangervest.
Does it?
He's just in the middle of talking with Emmett, and then one raptor comes up to him with a picture of Rex and a
Is that what that is? Because I think I saw when he signed something, I didn't know what it was, I didn't realise he was asking for his autograph.
It's an autograph of Rex Dangervest.
I need to watch this film again, man.
And also, when they go exploring in the planet, which is, I think, the first...
There's so many hidden details, so many fun hidden details. Like in the first one, the pig falls and turns into sausages.
Yeah. And also, when they go exploring on that planet, when they encounter all the mind-washed people, whatever the fuck it is,
yeah.
the raptors have, laser cannons.
One of them builds itself, builds a motorbike around itself.
It's so good. But the raptors all get captured.
Ripley, Connor, and the other one.
Ripley, Connor, and the other one. Does the other one turn gold at the end of the film? I distinctly remember something.
I don't know. Metal Beard, goes from silver to gold.
And he also wears purple and has a piano leg. Because fuck you, that's why.
Yeah.
Also,
Benny has Elton John sunglasses
and a robot arm. Yeah. Because that happens in the Apocalypse section. But also, there's lots of little hidden details in this film, and I'd be interested to see what people pick up on. There's also some ship transitions where they do that.
Yeah.
That comes back. I didn't expect that to, but my god, is it good.
The fact that when Rex Dangervest was explaining his backstory the second time, when he was moving around, it looked like they got a Lego person on a string or something and moved it around and then edited out the string, so he kind of had a weightlessness to it.
Yeah.
Which I just thought was really funny. It was kind of like how they did Gus Vitruvius in the last one, when he's just on the string.
He's on the string, he's just waving around, which of course isn't real. It's all animated, but I think they must have got some janky movements or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think there is one little one that I think I picked up on and you didn't. I think I mentioned it to you. It's when Wildstyle is fighting the General Mayhem, and the General Mayhem gets a baton swirly saw thing with stars, and Wildstyle makes a battle axe out of a piano, and when they clash, there's the piano key noise.
It's there.
When the piano battle axe breaks.
I didn't.
I picked up on that and I just felt so good about myself because I was just like, I'm a tell Johnny.
I couldn't know what you were saying at that point. It was loud and I was too invested in the film.
No, but honestly, it's like I picked up on that and just went, I guarantee that's going to be on top 10 things you missed in the Lego Movie. 2. The second part. Lego Movie 2, Electric Boogaloo. That is what we're calling this one, by the way.
Okay. I mean, it's not, but okay.
Please. Please, it's Electric Movie. Lego Movie 2, Electric Boogaloo. Come on. You can't deny that is the best thing to call anything after 2.
Wait, no. I'll think about it.
The Godfather 2, Electric Boogaloo. Alien 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Alien 2 is just aliens. What?
Yeah. Terminator 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Unit 2,
Electric Boogaloo. Die Hard 2, X-Men 2, Electric Boogaloo. Because he's got Storm in it.
Oh no!
Iron Man 2, Electric Boogaloo. Whiplash. Spider-Man 2, Electric Boogaloo.
So,
Amazing
The Amazing Spider-Man
2,
Electro Boogaloo.
Kill us now.
The fact that we thought of that at the same time.
Have you not noticed that most of them focus more on electricity? Kingsman 2, Electric Boogaloo, because you've got robot dogs.
The electric whip.
Do you think that's...
Oh. God. Well,
how many more sequels focus on electricity?
I think that more or less sums up our thoughts on the Lego movie.
Cars 2.
on the Lego movie 2. Captain America 2 electric because it's a computer. And it's always a computer now.
Kung Fu Panda 2, Electric Boogaloo, but they don't have electricity, so gunpowder is the best they're getting.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Electric Boogaloo because they play yellow at the start.
God damn it.
I think that sums up our thoughts on the Lego Movie 2. The second part, before you jump in. Overall, we'd gone just, I mean, if you're still here.
Well done.
I suppose you've already seen it, or you just don't care to. But you should see it, because it's good. It's very good. We enjoyed it very much, and I'd hope to do more of these things where me and you go and
watch a film and then record a MasterCast.
MasterCast, go to the movies. That'd be, yeah. But I think that's that for now.
Yes. I don't think I quite have the energy.
Yeah, we don't have the energy. And we could talk about this and reminisce about Lego for ages, but
we did reminisce about Lego for ages before this, and we still have more to say.
But we're already getting to like an hour and a half, and I don't want to make this too long. So
also one that the last thing, humans are going to kill bees, and we must stop this.
Oh yeah, that happened this week. Bah.
Yeah, and people has popped up to me saying of course bees can't fly, which they can because they do.
According to all known laws...
No, stop it, I will hit you.
...of human aviation...
I'm going to kill you.
You know, Bee Movie ripped off Doctor Who. Doctor Who did it first. In a John Pertwee story, I think they bring up that.
Well...
About the bee shouldn't be able to fly, but it does.
Because, of course, the bee doesn't care.
Yeah.
But, that's just straight up wrong. They're applying the wrong laws of aviation.
Yeah, whatever, mate.
You don't want to know how many articles I have read.
I don't want to know.
It's more than any sane man should. Also, PS2 shut down now.
Oh.
You know, PS2.
Uh-oh.
Electric Boogaloo. Ow.
I'm sorry. I full on did just whack you in the back of the head then.
Well, I think that's good.
I think that's good enough for now.
A good end to MasterCast episode 10 plus 2, Electric Boogaloo. There we go, done.
Just no.
Can we make it finish dead on?
No.
1.5 hours?
No.
Come on.
No.
No, come on.
No.
No. No.
Oh,
I
no.
hate you.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
That's what you get for making Electric Boogaloo puns. No, no, no! I'm not going to explain the context of that. You don't need to. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.